Quintet makes people want a kamikaze knockout by just not getting subbed instead of going for it. Well, I do like the strategy because, sometimes you're not going to get a submission. Okay, let's put the guy out there. A good example is the Dorian Oliveira's match. It's like, all right, he's not going to submit the guy, but he's gonna stall that dude out. So it's more strategy. It's more like Pokemon, this quintet. It's more like Pokemon. Pokemon. So I thought it was exciting. It's not the rules that failed. It's not failing CJI 2. It's the excuse me. It's the athletes. Some of the athletes out there, they don't want to be there. They don't want to lose. They're not fighting to win. So I did notice that a couple times. A lot of people just weren't. Maybe they got to warm up a little bit. They weren't getting into the flow of things. So I think let's judge it by day 2, because you guys are comparing CGI 2 days all together rolled up into one, comparing it to CGI 2 day 1. So let's wait for day 2, and then we'll see what happens. And there were a lot of setbacks in this CGI 2. Gable Stevenson, this freaking asshole over here. I want to say the wrestlers that competed. Shout out to all you wrestlers. Even Brandon Reed, I was impressed. Up until the last part of his match, he was doing good. Where's my other guys? Michael Pixley did good. Pat Downey did okay. Pat Downey didn't get submitted by Luke Griffith, and I thought Pat Downey was going to get taken out, and Pat Downey he did okay. So shout out to all those wrestlers, bro. They really kind of made up for Gable Stevenson. That's kind of a low move, bro. That's a low move, bro. And that karma is gonna follow him to the UFC or wherever he goes. But the wrestlers were all exciting. I dare you guys, especially Michael Pixley. Let me tell you about Michael Pixley. He was taking it to Mr. Nicky Rod in a way we haven't seen it before. So I enjoyed that. That was a good scrap. The wrestlers were pushing. I mean, of course, they're not going to pass the guard. Brandon Reed ain't going to pass. Pixley ain't really going to pass. Downey ain't going to pass. But, they were tough on the feet. They didn't get none of those wrestlers got caught in no easy leg locks. Brandon Reed got caught because he didn't want to go down on bottom. He probably, if he put his back on the ground, he would have been okay. But the wrestlers did pretty good. Quan says he was disappointed by New Wave. New Wave disappointed? Or were you disappointed by New Wave? Every team, that's the quintet though. It's Pokemon. It depends on the team, who you got, and also the order. For instance, Australia did. Let me talk about New Wave first. But New Wave looked good. They led with Joseph Chen. I don't know if that was the best move. Who was Joseph Chen versus? It was someone small. Max Hansen. I'm listening to people. People didn't know who Max Hansen was, and they thought Joseph Chen was gonna smash this guy. Well, he did a little bit. He did a little bit of smashing, but B Team. Sorry, I got B Team and New Wave. B Team used to be a part of New Wave. Let me talk about New Wave or B Team. Let me talk about B Team now to get the New Wave in Australia. But B Team looked okay. I think the order, Joseph Chen got to be warmed up. He can't be out there cold. So maybe the order was kind of off. Nicky Rod did good. Nicky Rod was strategic. He pulled guard. Nicky Rod, did you ever think Nicky Rod would pull guard people? No, we didn't think Nicky Rod would pull guard, but he did, and he looked okay. He was doing his wrestle up, and he looked more mature in his game. So I was really impressed with that. Who else was over there in B Team? Ethan, Mr. Ethan was just, he was hanging out. Ethan was hanging out. My man Ethan was hanging out, man. Quan, can you see me on the camera, bro? Okay, yeah, you can't see me. I was making sure. Mr. Ethan was hanging out, so you need some you need that anchor, moral anchor, spiritual anchor in your team. He looked good. Joseph was okay. He got to be warmed up. Victor Hugo, disappointing. Okay, disappointing. Wojcik, not disappointing. He just, Hillbilly Hammer was good. Hillbilly Hammer has some good attacks. So, athletes are hit and miss sometimes, or the order might have been off. Who knows what was going on? New Wave disappointed. New Wave, without Mr. Gordon Ryan on there, Gordon would have torn everybody up. Thank God he wasn't on that team. Giancarlo, I don't know about Giancarlo this time. He kept letting his opponent get into that false reap position. So, and in the false tap, we had a false tap epidemic at today, day one. Giancarlo, yeah. Dorian Oliveira looked good. I'll give you that. He looked good. Who else was on New Wave? Who did 77? Ethan was 66. 77 was... No, Ethan's B team, sorry. Dorian was 66. Wagner was 88. Who was 77? Oh, Mika Galval. I forgot about Mika. Mika looked okay. Mika got to warm up too. He was a little cold. They had not Nicky Rod. They had Giancarlo, and then Luke Griffith. It's just most issues are that people don't go for enough submissions. Did Giancarlo go for a submission? Oh, it's okay. Yeah, I don't remember Giancarlo going for a submission, and he kept letting the guy get into his favorite position. Mika he got to warm up, bro. Mika got to warm up. He's got to get into the groove of it. I think come day 2, he'll be ready. Everybody's human. Everybody, sometimes you good, you just a little rusty. Mika hasn't competed since BJJ Stars a couple months ago, so that's understandable. Luke Griffith, I feel like he should have been able to submit Pat Downey. He kept going for that reverse triangle. It wasn't working. Giancarlo let himself get put in danger. And Dorian did good. Dorian pulled the team through. And Mika, I think, just needs to warm up. Quan says, assume New Wave looked OP, but after that performance, I'm thinking Australia could take them out. It's possible. Australia looked good. They had Fabricio Andre. Fabricio Andre is amazing. Come on. He's not a submission expert, but he positionally dominated his opponent. And then you had who was 77 over there? Who was 77 for Miss Australia team? Oh, Kenta. Kenta did good. Kenta, my man, Kenta representing Japan very well. Good job, Kenta. We proud of you. 88, you had one of the big. I can't remember. I don't remember was it Lucas Kennard? Was that the guy? He did okay. Who was the next guy? 899. Luke was trying. He was okay. He just Pat Downey's strong. Pat Downey got 20, 25, 23 years of wrestling. That means something. We underestimate these guys, these high-level wrestlers. Pat Downey's NCAA D1 wrestler, bro. He good. So it's on us. It's our fault for underestimating these guys and their wrestling experience, their grappling experience. John Tappy Boy Carlo almost lost the whole thing for them. John Carlo should have won. He should have. The other guy was good. What we're seeing is that a lot of these athletes are underrated, especially from Australia or UK. You got to start taking them more seriously. Because usually they're a little bit more flexible and they're going to go for some submissions. Who else was over? Was it Kennard or something? And then Bilal. Bilal looked good. My man Bilal, I think he's 99 plus. He had Gio Martinez. He almost broke Gio Martinez's leg off. And Gio, we had a lot of false tapping. I didn't know that was an epidemic over here, but it is. All the false tapping out, Brazilian tapping. Doing this, I do that. That's a tap out, right? If I do this, I'm tapping out. If I do this, that's tapping out, right? So they weren't playing at CJI. Craig Jones said, "You do any of that stuff, that's a tap out." Australia did look good. But look, you know what? You know what Lackland did? He did a trials and he focused on submissions. Who else did that? Team America's Greg Saunders didn't do none of that. And look what his team. He sacrificed Gavin Corbry to Giancarlo. He sent 66 kg guy to fight two-time ADCC champion Giancarlo. What the heck was he thinking? He didn't do a trial. He had people in the wrong weight class. He had Elijah Dorsey at 88 kg. Why was Elijah Dorsey at 88? He ain't ever done 88 kg. You know I jump on ecological jiu-jitsu. DeAndre Corbry did good, though. He did good against Mr. Mika. Some of these guys are good. You said Mika underperformed, but maybe DeAndre Corbry overperformed. He delivered. Could have done two times 5-minute rounds per match. The spectator, you're assuming the spectators know. Some of the spectators didn't know what headquarters was. They didn't know who Max Hansen was. They ain't got no attention span. They yelling random stuff. Them people in the crowd yelling random stuff. They don't know nothing, bro. So two 5-minute rounds might have been too much for them. And I think 8 minutes might have been too long. But again, if the athletes they're not pushing the pace for the 200K, I mean, they don't deserve the 200K. As simple as that. If you're not going for submissions, I'm not saying you need to submit everybody, but at least try for submissions. It's a submission tournament. Go for submissions. Good night, brother. See you tomorrow. All right, Quan. We'll probably be over there around 4:30, 5 o'clock. Okay, brother? Let me know. I'll come get you. You know, Quan gonna feed you some boba and some hamburgers. So get some rest, Quan. I'm not gonna stream too long. I just wanted to get my thoughts off. And basically, that's all I wanted to do. 10th Planet. My boy Aiken. I think it's time to come over to Iron Horse. Aiken, you think you want to come over to Iron Horse? Or I think you need to train with some more athletic people. Maybe bigger people if you can find them, or maybe smaller athletic people. I think that's what you need to start adding. It seems like the 10th Planet style does not work well against dynamic guard passers. We saw that in Aiken's match. We saw that with Dorian Oliveras. Oliveras? I'm not sure what his last name is. Yeah, we saw that in the Dorian match. Alan Sanchez did good. Alan Sanchez, shout out to you, bro. You did amazing. Your defense was good. Yeah, very good defense from him, bro. I was impressed, very impressed with Alan Sanchez. And I didn't really know much about him, but I guess he's a EBI champion. Gio, I don't know what to say about Gio. He shouldn't have been out there for sure. Gio should not have been out there. I don't know why they put him out there. They could have found Krikorian should have been out there, guys. Keith Krikorian should have been out there for 10th Planet. My man Aiken did okay. He just couldn't come through. He didn't really get into a good position except for maybe one time. I think he hit like a cool throw. Shout out Aiken. That was a cool move, bro. But I think you need to train with some bigger people and more athletic people if you can find them. I know that might be hard to find. Cal Bohm showed out. Cal Bohm showed that he's still out there at 38 years old. I think he was the second oldest, third oldest athlete. He did good. Heel hook finish, and he looked good. He was playing some rubber guard. I didn't see nobody else play rubber guard. Maybe I saw Mika actually grabbing his leg, but he was trying some rubber guard, and I was really impressed with him. in his submission. That was the best submission of the night. That inside heel hook. Kudos to you. We talked a little bit about B Team. We talked a little bit about New Wave, 10th Planet, Team Australia, standout team. My only question is Bilal seemed to have got injured his knee. So, is there going to be a replacement? Not a replacement, but a alternate. Like, how's that going to work? Is Lachlan Giles going to have to go out there and represent Australia again after being retired? I want to see him come back. Go beat up Kainen one more time. Go tap out Mika or somebody. I don't know if that's possible, but let me know if you guys want to see Lachlan Giles out there again. I'll ask Mr. Craig Jones if he can get Lachlan out there. Convince him. Lachlan, you want $200K, bro? Team Americas, I was disappointed in Greg Solders, really. I blame him for that, all that stuff. DeAndre Corby did good. His brother got sacrificed. Gavin got sacrificed. Dorsey did okay. He didn't really go for submissions, but, it's Wagner. It's hard to beat Wagner. Pat Downey, Pat Downey did better than I thought, but he shouldn't have been out there. he ain't taking jiu-jitsu seriously enough, I don't think. Who else did they have? They had a British dude. The British dude did good, though, didn't he? Yeah, I think he did good. But I feel like they could have had a full American team and without that wild card from UK wild card. Is there any other teams? 10th Planet I talked about. Daisy Fresh. Shout out to Heath Pettigo. He out there with one eye, bro. For real. Came out there with one eye. But he looked good out there. Understandable. He's got dealing with physical health issue. Dante, he was fighting Victor Hugo. So what was Dante supposed to do? Max Hansen, people underestimated Max Hansen. Where's Josiah at? He's probably sleeping right now. But I think Max Hansen did really good and showed really good guard retention and just knowledge of the game. If you guys follow his social media, he studies a lot of jiu-jitsu. And it's paying off. Of course, he was smaller. He was 66. Joseph Chin was 77. So Joseph was able to wear him down towards the end. But his guard retention was good. Max, your guard retention was good, man. Keep it up, bro. You got good momentum. Who else was on there? Brandon Reed did surprisingly well. I'm hardest on Brandon Reed for some reason, but he impressed me. I was surprised, and he was kind of taking it to Nicky Rod until the end part. He did good. Michael Pixley, I talked about Michael Pixley, and Hillbilly Hammer. Hillbilly Hammer looked good too. Hillbilly Hammer. I've been attacking every Jacob person, every grappler named Jacob, J-Rod and Jacob Couch, but they look good. Not J-Rod, but Jacob. He looked good. Really good attacks on Wojcik. He never let Wojcik get into his game plan. So that's basically it. I think CJI is great. I'm not just because I got a free ticket there. I still had to pay money to get out there, but I'm enjoying the show. It's really cool to see the jiu-jitsu and the environment's cool. You can enjoy it. People, I'm hanging out, talking to people sitting next to me. We're chatting. We're kind of all, for those couple hours, we're all kind of united together in our love of jiu-jitsu. So it's really special. And I can't wait for tomorrow. We're going to have Quan. I'm not sure if Quan going to be on the live stream. He probably got to go to sleep. He can't be on the stream at 2 a.m. like me. But it was a great show, man. I really enjoyed it. So I'm going to day 2. I'll keep you guys posted. I want to say, if you guys can, please donate some money either to the Fair Fight organization. I need to donate some money, or to the live stream. I think that goes a long ways to showing support for our sport. Give a little bit of money. I ain't telling you guys to give me money. I'll take your money, though. Thank you if you want to give it to me. But try to give some money to the sport, either through the charities, the donations, Could be the GoFundMe's. Even Heath Pedigo. We donated to Heath Pedigo. And some other athletes, or it could go to Flow Grappling. Flow Grappling got more money than all of us, but it does go a long ways to show support for the CJI and the sport as a whole. I'm not saying Flow Grappling is the best company. Sorry, Flow, I love you guys, but they sometimes they've been on the wrong side of stuff, but at least they try. You got a better chance of changing Flow Grappling's mind over UFC BJJ any day. And my man Mikey, I'm trying to be nice to Mikey, but he does support UFC BJJ. I understand that, but I think having more organizations, more tournaments, more things like CJI just helps the sport. It keeps the sport honest. If you just let one monopoly develop, the sport's going to be doomed. So that's something we've seen. That's basically it, man. It's late. I haven't been sleeping. I'm going to get some sleep, some good old sleep, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Guys, you can watch the live stream free on YouTube. Make sure you check that out, because I think they're going to put that behind Flow Grappling paywall on Monday or after Monday. So make sure you're checking out CGI. Make sure you're opening the wallet for a little bit. Give $1 or $2 to something. I don't want you guys just freeloading like some of those trolls on the Flow Grappling stream. Give a little bit of money, and I always put my money where my mouth is. I was donating a little bit of money to the stream as well. I'm going to donate some money to the Fair Fight organization too. And that's what I want this channel to be about. Not only drama, but giving back to the sport. And just realize we can't all be athletes. We can't all be instructors, but we can all do a little bit we can give a little bit though to help those people in need that need the help. And that's it, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Stay out of trouble. Stay healthy. And again, shout out to Mr. Craig Jones. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to go out to CJI. And it's been amazing, man. It's amazing. I love jiu-jitsu. And clearly anybody involved with this Craig Jones Invitational too, they love jiu-jitsu as well. And I can feel that love and just the time and effort and energy that they put into this show. So you guys go support it just like me. All right. That's it, everybody. I'll see you guys tomorrow.